Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another scorching day in the UK. I said that at the start of the last video, and it's another swelter. This is the first beer I'm going to review from the few that Slice UK sent me. Links to their channel all in the description below. I don't think I can put a card up there with their thing on it, but if I can, then it will be there, and if not, then we'll just carry on. It's called Pothering. It's by The Fresh Standard, a brewery I'd never heard of before, never mind the beer. It is a India Pale Ale, an IPA. It's 6.2%, so yeah, fair. It's in the game, it's in the game. It's got some pretty awesome can artwork, so let's take a look at that. Some nice steps going through a town or villagey thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty cool. Right, I'm not going to read anything more about it. It's a 440ml can. I'm thirsty. Let's get into it. Lively, which means it'll be another crummy pour. Or have we just managed to salvage this? Right. Yeah, it's fairly bad. It's fairly bad. Right, let's just leave that to settle down for a minute. While it does, we can get some of the aromas though. Ooh, that smells good. That smells sweet, a bit melony. Oh, there's a lot going on the aroma there. Let's move that so you can actually see the label, so you know what I'm talking about. Super fruity, bit of lemon zest, sweet melon. There's something else in there as well. Something sweeter, some mango, papaya, that kind of thing. Oh. It smells like it's going to be properly good. It might even be a bit of oh, what's that fruit called? Passion fruit is the fruit I'm thinking of. There's even a bit of that in it. It's really got all sorts going on. Right. I'll put the rest of the can in a minute, but first let's get into it. Cheers. Okay, quite different to the aroma. Quite bitter. Not unpleasant though. It's just that initial kind of bitter shock throwing me off a little bit there. Right. Starts off quite sweet, and you do get a serious amount of bitterness. Let's get the rest of the can in. So we're still left with a pretty monstrous head on that. There's quite a lot of carbonation in it actually, and it's pretty hazy as well. You can't really see a great deal through it other than some carbonation rising. A very active beer. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sediment in this, but I can't actually see any at the moment. The glass isn't too dirty, it's all coming up off the bottom. Right. Dog hair just in the lip for extra seasoning, of course. It smells cracking. It's getting better. It's getting better. I just think it's quite bitter, and that initial bitter shock throws everything a bit off balance. But as you warm to it, it really does come into its own. Right, top to bottom taste notes. Initially, just very sweet across the front of the tongue, fruity sweet, but not anything really standing out. Middle phase, you start to get an inclination that this might turn. It goes quite dry, and then kind of 3/4 of the way at the back of the tongue, just bitter slap, absolute bitter slap. You're getting residually some fruity notes, a bit of pininess through both of those phases, but no huge flavours. And then once that's over, you get that big juice lick, which isn't as sweet as the aroma suggested it was going to be. It's got a lot going on still. There is still definitely some kind of mango papaya bit, but it's a bit more citrus forward, a bit more grapefruity, especially in the tartness element of it. And then there's a slightly piney finish as well, but it's not ever so kind of prominent. There's just a hint to that kind of US piney note. Right, let's pop that down and take a look at the can. It's called Pothering India Pale Ale by the Fresh Standard. It says Pothering, a verb to make confused, trouble, worry. I think if you drank enough of these, you'd be confused. India Pale Ale, golden, glowing, pure malt ale, framing an exhibition in hops, clean, assertive bitterness with lip-smacking citrus and pine flavours, and the freshest seasonal hop-forward aromas. Ingredients are water, barley, hops, yeast. 2.7 UK units, unfiltered, unpasteurised, may contain sediment. Yeah, you can tell there's no obvious sediment in there, but it's got that kind of finish to it. Store cool, always drink fresh. This expires in 3 months' time and was only canned 2 months ago, less than 2 months ago, so yeah, it's pretty fresh. Fresh Standard are GL6, it doesn't give a location, it's GL6, that must be Gloucestershire. Must be Gloucestershire, somewhere in Gloucestershire. And GL6 I would imagine is quite close to Gloucester. And 6.2%. Simply says beer, 6.2%, if you can see that. At least they're not messing around with that. And otherwise, yeah, it's that's all it says on it. So, just for the art of transparency, I did not pay for this. As I said, Slice UK sent me this. They have been working with this brewery and a few others, but it was merely a gift just to be like, you do a lot of beer on your channel, would you like some of these ones that we've got? There's no requirement for me to actually review it, never mind give it a good review, so this is an absolute, honest and upfront thing, and I've not really gained anything from it other than kind of a free can of beer, but it's only good if it's any good, if that makes sense. So anyway, back to it. Is it any good? It is. It's a quality brew. It's not my favourite style though, and I don't just mean IPAs. I mean typically IPAs aren't my favourite style, but some of them are absolutely top notch. This one, the quality is top notch. That bitterness and that citrus heavy bit at the back end just isn't quite my favourite go-to. But if you like quite punchy IPAs, this I think is a very good one. Question is, has it changed at all while I've been talking about it? On the nose, not really. Maybe a bit more citrus forward now than it was. It's a bit less sweet on the nose than when we started. A lot of those sweeter, richer fruits, the mango papaya kind of starts to dial down a bit. It's becoming a bit more true to form in the nose. Still smells good though. The taste is very much as it was actually. The beers of this style I tend to find change a lot. The bitterness is dialed back a bit, but I think that's just kind of tongue acclimatization, if that's the right phrase to use. But otherwise it's very, very much as it was. So is this a good beer? Yes, but not one I'll buy again, only because it's simply just not, it's not my style, it's not my thing. But it is a good one. So if that description does tickle your fancy, yeah, absolutely, absolutely worth a go. And I think that's really all I have to say about it. Details to Slice UK down in the comments below. You may have seen I did a live with them last week reviewing some more beers that they sent me and some pizza, which was incredible. So go and check that out, go and check them out. And if you like the sound of this beer, go check out the Fresh Standard. That's it. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it if you haven't already subscribed, if you will be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.